You shouldn't be in a job that you hate. You shouldn't be in a job that's draining your happiness, that's draining the life out of you. People in these type of jobs, you're just going through the motions. You're just watching the clock, day after day, waiting for the day to end. That's no way to live. But you feel like you have to stay in that job. You feel obligated to be in that job because it's a regular wage, it's a regular income. It's a regular paycheck, so you've got no choice. That's what you think. You think that you have to stay there and put up with it. You feel like, well, it's just a part of life, so what can I do? You know? Trust me on this one. There's always other opportunities out there. There's always other things that you can go into. God has a way of opening doors. When one door closes, another door will open. If you have trust in God. If you think that you have to stay in the job that is like a prison, like you feel like a slave, you don't. You don't have to stay in that. You shouldn't. What's the point? Is that your life? No. I wouldn't put up with it. You shouldn't feel like somebody on a hamster wheel. You shouldn't feel trapped. You shouldn't feel like you've got no choice. I was in those type of jobs myself before. And when I left, when I had the courage to leave, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. It was fantastic. Those type of jobs, they just wear you down. They just suck the life out of you. They don't make you feel good about yourself. It's like you're being forced to do something that you don't want to do. You're working so many hours, you've got no time to yourself. You know, sometimes you're working weekends. And to me, that's no way to live. I wasn't put on this earth to be working every hour of the day, virtually. Coming home to sleep and then going back to work. That's no life. There's other opportunities, there's other things that you can do. There's another way out. There's always another way out. Being in a toxic environment where you're forced to be with people that usually, sometimes you don't even get on with them. They're against you. They don't believe in the Bible. They haven't got the same beliefs as you. They don't even get on with you. So it's not easy being with these people. They haven't got the same vibe as you. They haven't got the same understanding as you. They haven't got the same interests as you. I'm not being negative, but it's like this in the workplace. Every single word that they say is a swear word or a curse word. Piece of humor, every kind of a joke that they say is it's just nasty. It gets on your nerves. It's not fun at all. The people that put up with that day in and day out, I take my hat off to them. I couldn't put up with it. I wouldn't do it. No way. You deserve to be in a place where you can feel free, where you can feel relaxed. And if you want to wear a cross, the cross outside of your clothes, you can do. You don't have to hide the Bible. You know, you don't have to explain what you're doing. You don't have to be quiet about who you are. You need to feel free in the workplace. In this country right now, in the UK, they have a special prayer room for people of different faiths. But the people that believe in Jesus, there's no special prayer room. And I actually heard somebody in Canada brought into the workplace ham sandwiches, and they was asked, please don't bring in to the workplace ham sandwiches because it offends us. So that's where we're going right now. You know, you need to find joy in your life. You need to find, you know, When you're working all those hours, when you're in that toxic environment, it can go against you. It can make you feel really, really down. It can make you feel like you've got no time for yourself, no time to pray, nothing. The person that you are, you can't continue to be in there, because those people are not going to stop. They're not going to change who they are if they're against you. You're going to be on a treadmill, you're going to be on a hamster wheel. It's like you're in a rat trap. To me, it's not worth it at all. I'm not saying that you have to retaliate to people. I'm not saying that you have to sink to their level. But you've got to keep your self-respect. You have to hold on to what you believe in. You can't change yourself. You've got to be who you are. And that doesn't include getting yourself angry, getting yourself upset, retaliating. They want you to retaliate. They want to fire you up. They want to see some sort of a response from you. People in the workplace have got their opinions loud and clear nowadays, and they don't care about anybody else, and they will try to make you feel inferior, the odd one out, because in this world, as a Christian, we will stand out because we are in the minority. We are in the minority. But you can't let anybody's negativity affect you in any way. If somebody's negative about the person that you are, that shouldn't affect you. You've got to have a very thick skin and a very strong mind. And in the same token, though, I don't think you should stay in that workplace. You're not there to please everybody. You're not there to be the flavour of the month. You're just there to earn a living and to try to find some kind of happiness, some kind of joy in the process of work. I know what some people will say. A job is a job. A job is a job. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine to some people. But for people like us, who are Christian, we feel different. We need to feel a sense of purpose. We are spiritual people. Spiritual. We don't just turn on and off like a light switch. We're not robots. We are in tune with ourselves. We are Christians. And we are sensitive. We can sense things. We can feel. We've got discernment. We are sensitive. We need to feel fulfilled. We need to feel happy. When you're in a good job, where you feel happy, where you feel it's worthwhile, where the workplace is pleasant and not a battlefield, then it's a wonderful thing. You get these people in work like entertainers, they think that they're an entertainer. They want everyone to laugh at their jokes, and they have to get on with everybody. They have to wind people up. They have to antagonize people instead of getting on with their work. They do all of these things at the expense of someone who's quiet. It's draining and it's stressful sometimes being in the workplace, and it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to go through all of this nonsense. When you are in an environment like a close-knit environment, when you are in a room, in a house, in an office, and you are the only one who has a belief in God, it can be very difficult Very difficult. Because you will know that they think that you are strange. There's something wrong with you. Or there's something strange about you. Because they just don't understand what it is to be a Christian, to believe in God. There's plenty of people that's experienced these type of things. There's plenty of people who was the same as you. They've experienced what you've experienced. I think the days of being happy in the workplace, it's coming. It's rarer. It's rarer and rarer. I tell you, because there's so many evil people. There's so many demonic people. You know, there's so many people that's got something to say. Maybe the days of being happy in the workplace have gone, because the whole world has rejected Christ. The whole world has become wicked and evil. So that's reflected in every part of society, including, especially in the workplace. But you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to stay in that type of work. You know, you might decide that you want to be self-employed. You might decide that you don't want to stay in the same country. You might want to go abroad. You know, you want to do something completely different. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to take the first step. Don't be afraid to take the leap of faith, because God has a plan for you and He will provide for you. Amen. All you need to do is pray about it. That's all you need to do. For me, every day is a blessing, and that's the way it should be. I know it's not always going to be that way for everyone. If you are not lucky enough to be in a nice workplace environment, it can be an ordeal to go through. Maybe they're all standing outside, smoking cigarettes, waiting for you to come in the morning. You park your car in the car park and you can see them, you know, by the doors as you're waiting to go in. It's like the walk of shame that, you know, you've got to sit with them. You've got to, in your lunch break, in your morning break, you can't go through a situation like that. Life is too precious for all that nonsense. To spend it feeling like you are in a battle just to get a paycheck. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? You need to be in a job that gives you joy, that fulfills you and gives you joy. Or you can go self-employed. You know, if you can't find the right type of place. Wouldn't it be nice to just be in the workplace where you could feel free? You know, everybody appreciated you, everybody had respect and manners and talked nice to you. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Where there was no hostility, no game playing. You just got to trust in God. You've got to pray. You've got to find the opportunities out there, something that's suitable for you. You might have wanted to get your dream job. You might have gone to university, college, and then you got in that job, and then you were so disappointed. The job that you always wanted to do, that you've trained for years to be in, only to find out that the people that you're working with have spoiled the job. They've ruined it. They've crushed your dreams, you know, because you didn't think that it would be just the same in that workplace as it is outside, in the outside world. You was expecting people to be a little bit different, to be a bit nice, you know, to have manners. But people are people these days. The street mentality, the mob rule, the childishness, the aggression, hostility. That's the way it is. You know, all of the nasty traits. But what do you expect? We're living in the last days. Morality has gone out of the window. God has got something waiting for you that will satisfy you 100%. Amen. I'm really sure of that. It's just a matter of being patient, waiting and praying and asking and believing. Then you will have it. Then you will get it. You deserve it. Amen. Thank you, my friends, for listening. I hope this message helps you in some way, because you don't need to stay in those toxic workplaces. You don't need to feel like you're trapped. You don't need to feel like, you know, is this all that life has got to offer? Because there's always something else that you can go into. There's so many different things that you can do. You don't need to be in that toxic environment. Amen. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised of the job that you can get when you believe in God, when you believe in Jesus. When you ask, you shall receive. You shall get into somewhere that God has selected for you, that He knows that you will be very happy. But just don't put up with the bottom of the barrel type of a job, because you're worth more than that. Anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for listening, my friends. Take care. God bless. Shalom.